Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have show match action coming at you. It is going to be CCalms and Birdkickr going to be battling it out. That is a Protoss versus Zerg matchup here. Both of these guys extremely highly ranked master level players. I think I know at least Birdkickr is ranked #1 currently. And CCalms, if he is not ranked #1, he is kicking right at his heels. Both these guys have a phenomenal MMR. They're going to be kicking it off here on, it's just a one game, but kicking it off on GSL's Antigua Shipyard. It does force cross-position spawns, always a good thing to remember. It looks like Birdkickr is going to be our orange Zerg, kicking it up here at the 2 o'clock position, and down here at the 8 o'clock, it is CCalms spawning as his traditional pink Protoss. Loves it. Looks like Birdkickr, even though he was just barely told that it does force cross-position spawns, he is going to scout over here anyway, so that's okay. That's alright. Maybe he's just trying to cruise around the backside or something like that. Get that guy in position later. Or maybe he's going to camp it over this position here. That way he doesn't get proxied up here. That's always a good idea, actually. Don't mind it. Regardless, he's going to get a scout out on his opponent here in just a moment. He's got that drone headed his way. In the meantime, CCalms doing the same thing. He does have a standard opener going down gateway up here on the high ground, so it looks like he's going to wall this off. And is about to get some scouting intel. Look at this. Birdkickr skirting his opponent's scout there. That's kind of funny. He was just guessing that that would be the timing. He knows the timings extremely well. Yeah, there he goes. Looking pretty good. CCalms is going to cruise up here and gather a little bit of intel. Oh, he's going to block. He's going to block. It looks like Birdkickr is ready. Ready to get that down here. And 60 more minerals. Now 50. Now 30. Spending them somewhere else. He's having to drone up. Not what he wants to be doing. He does want to get this hatchery down ASAP. Now, while it's not a huge game-changing thing, it can be extremely pesky. Now, Birdkickr did get the kill on the probe there, so that's minus 50 minerals there. As well as he's going to lose a quarter of this. That's another 25. So that's 75 minerals lost here to delay that expansion. And hopefully it's going to pan out for him in the end. But so far, so good. He did hold it off there a little bit. He went ahead and canceled that. Birdkickr tossing down his hatchery there as quickly as possible. Does have his scout cruising around over here. Wants to get a little bit of intel. Does see the cybernetics core chrono boosted. Knows that is going to be warp gate technology. And just the one gas right now for CCalms. So he's just a one gas opener. Probably, oh, nope, there goes his second gas. But he didn't get it down before the 3-minute mark, so that means we're not going to see any super fast tech here. He's just going to take it easy. And we'll see where he's going to go from there. But a couple lings now out on the field. It looks as though Birdkickr trying to keep these guys hidden. Oh, he's looking around for proxy locations. Anything that he can find at this point. Yep, looking around for any proxy pylons or hidden tech. CCalms not doing anything. He is just kicking it in his base right now. First couple units now moving down the ramp here. Looks like he's going to go ahead and go for an expansion here in just a moment. Yeah, I guess this is pretty good time. So we should see him start to float some minerals, gear up for that expansion. 5 minutes in, trying to see if he can get that down right around the 6-minute mark. Should be just fine. A couple links going to be cruising in. We'll see if this ramp is blocked. No, it is not. One ling making it in here, but there goes your sentry. Should be able to chase this guy down. Tickle him to death. Not too bad. And the circling getting a great scout out here. And your first Stalker and Zealot now cruising out across the field. Looks like he is going to go for a push, a 2-unit push. Birdkickr doesn't quite have the defenses necessary to hold on here. I don't know. This is iffy. This is a big push here. I'm just kidding. It's not that big. But, I mean, he can do a heck of a lot of damage. If he can snipe the queen with these 2 units, that's actually big. Really, really big deal. And your Stalker tanking the damage first there. Doing some great little maneuvering here, but it looks like the Stalker is indeed going to go down. He's trying to get the snipe on that queen if possible. Looks like the queen is going to run to safety. And both of those units go down for CCalms. Great control there from Birdkickr. And perfect timing on those lings. So CCalms going to lose that. He almost got the snipe on that queen. It's just difficult to do with lings at your back. In the meantime, he did take his Nexus. Got that down as expected before the 6-minute mark. And he tossed down a forge here as well. Looks like he is going to start putting down some cannons in just a few moments. And a couple sentries now out on the field. Great force fielding there. Going to keep these Lings right out of their face. Looks to be in great shape. Ooh, Twilight Council going down here for CCalms. Now this has not quite yet been scouted by Birdkickr, so I'm wondering what he's going to do off this. If it's just going to be Blink, or if he is going to go for some new tech. Could be interesting either way. Plenty of sentries here. These guys going to start working on this pylon. Not quite going to happen. CCalms chasing him off there. Now your photon cannon is complete. He's got a nice little wall up here. I like the positioning of these buildings. Even with roaches, this will be a very defensible position. So another photon cannon going down. He is going to grab his third gas here. And there is no new tech quite yet from that Twilight Council, but I assume he's going to go for it. He hasn't selected right now. Nope, not selected anymore. I wonder what he selected. There, he selected it back. It is going to be Blink. Blink it is, coming at you. In the meantime, Birdkickr has secured his third base. Probably going to get some mining done here in a moment. Does have his roach worn out, is grabbing that roach speed. It is called Glial Reconstitution. Kind of an interesting name. I've always wondered why they named it that. It seems like glial is such a difficult word to, or not. It's not a difficult word. It's not to pronounce anyway. It's easy to pronounce, but it's one of those words that very rarely gets used in the English language. So, but Blizzard, you know, they do what they want, right? Whatever they want. Couple roaches now out on the field. He's massing up a good little force here. Units tab shows that he has got 9 roaches now out on the field. Just the 5 Lings still, but he is going to be massing up some serious roaches. Supply-wise, most of this for Birdkickr is in drones. 57 drones right now to 47 for CCalms. That third base now rocking and rolling here. Looks like CCalms is going to go for a push. He's got a lot of sentries in this army with a lot of energy. That is going to mean potential for a great amount of force fields. And I'll tell you, he's absolutely going to need them in this engagement. That's a good bunch of roaches here. And even more on the way in production. There are 2 more. As well as, woohoo! Check this. We are going to have an infestation pit here in just a moment. But look at all these roaches with the great positioning. Birdkickr is going to be in phenomenal shape, and I think CCalms did catch wind of how many there were there. Just barely caught the idea that Birdkickr was prepared and decides to back out here ASAP. Now, new tech from CCalms, it is going to be a robotics facility. I like this play from him. I would like to see a couple more warp gates out on the field. But all in all, he seems to be in solid position. Uh-oh, here comes roaches. Roach speed is complete. Look how fast these guys move out across this field here. Checking for a third. Does not see one. Going to start moving up this ramp, it appears. Oh, maybe not. No, he's going to back out here too. That's interesting. Sent the 1 Ling up there and didn't like what he saw. I guess he saw way too many sentries to feel comfortable. Nope, he's going to go for it here, I think. Oh, he's just working on a contain. I see what he's doing here. He's spreading these guys out. He's going to try and contain this little area. Try and deny the third here as long as he can for CCalms, because CCalms absolutely wants to get himself a third here. Notice he is going to be grabbing a robotics base, so Colossus will be the unit of choice. And CCalms does have a whole bunch of stalkers here. He's really been on top of his warp-ins. Great. Ooh, force field's actually not too good. There we go. That's a little bit better. That's what we wanted to see. Keeping a lot of these guys at bay there. Gonna kill off quite a few of these roaches. Trying to keep his sentries alive. Very, very smart little play there. Birdkickr is going to have to back out here for just a moment. We'll see if he's going to read this. What does he have in production? It is more Lings. I think he is going to try and poke back in here once he has some more Lings. Get those speedy little critters up in these guys' face, if at all possible. CCalms with the sad face there. Not super happy with that engagement. Yeah, I agree. I think those force fields were just a little bit misplaced there initially, and that is going to cost him. Cost him a couple sentries as well as a couple stalkers there early on. And some extra energy that he didn't necessarily want to spend at that point, so he kind of got caught off guard there. He does now have a bunch of zealots out on the field. He is going to be grabbing his first Colossus in just a moment. Getting finally a whole bunch more warp gates. I'm liking that play quite a bit. Here comes 2 more. And there goes your first Colossus. He's going to try and spring this on his Zerg opponent as carefully as possible. Does he have charge for these guys? No, he does not. I would like to see charge come out. In the meantime, Greater Spire going down here for birdkickr. CCalms not going to be happy about that one either. And birdkickr just holding his opponent on 2 base right now. This is making CCalms feel extremely, extremely uncomfortable. Great scouting there from birdkickr. Sees what's going on. Does see the DPS. Is going to go ahead and wait, it appears, for his Greater Spire tech, those Broodlords. I think that's going to be a smart little play. CCalms going to take his 3rd base here finally. Delayed quite a bit though, however, by birdkickr. Looks to be pretty good. And CCalms going to be cruising out across the field here. He's only at 148 supply, so unless he's really going to utilize his blink here super effectively, he is going to have a little bit of trouble. And guess what? birdkickr does have 6 Broodlords on the way. Where are these guys morphing in at? There's a couple of them right there. Oh, that's all 6 of them. 6, 6, 2, 2, 2. Looks pretty good. CCalms going to hold this forward position here. Not a bad little choice. Hopefully he will be able to back out as quickly as possible, but here comes his observer. Wants to see what's going on. Does he see the broods? And CCalms splitting his army up here is going to try and engage here as best he possibly can. Taking out these spine crawlers, and it is go time here for birdkickr. He's got a very, very large force. Great force field's going down. Going to keep a lot of these roaches at bay. Broodlord's now getting into position. Going to start whapping away at these front lines. It looks like these broods are going to do a heck of a lot of damage. CCalms' army is starting to dwindle very, very quickly. He cannot afford the losses of these stalkers, but guess what? These infestors are holding them in place with phenomenal, just beautiful fungal growths, and it looks like CCalms is going to have to try and back out here. Is he going to be able to get away with any of these Colossus? Looks like maybe one is going to live, but only a couple stalkers left on the field. He's going to blink forward, try and snipe a couple of those units. Nice little play there. Good bunch of queens now in this army, but birdkickr with absolutely zero reason to not push this attack right now. You can see him streaming roaches now. He's going to be sending these guys out across the field. Here comes your first wave of reinforcements. He's got a bunch more about to make it there as well. Is CCalms going to be able to hold on? Twice the supply count right now for birdkickr than his opponent. CCalms and Broodlord's now in position to start whapping away at this base. One last Colossus out on the field. This guy's got 33 kills, man. Trying to make it a couple more. Is he going to pick up any more? 35, 36 kills he did get, but GG from CCalms. Unable to hold on there. Beautiful counterattacking there from birdkickr. Notice that he didn't go more than 3 base the entire game until the very bitter end. He did take a 4th base. But very interesting play from him. Solid play from both of these players. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Don't you dare alt tab, always alt Starcraft. We'll see you guys in our next games.